Welcome, everyone, to the January 2024 edition of Headlights Live. Uh, Larry David would say it's too late, but I'm going to say it anyway. Happy New Year. Uh, Big hopes for a great year ahead of us, and we are glad that you've all joined us today. Few reminders as we get started. First of all, good chance you might have some questions on our material today. Feel free to use the chat box. Should be a link at the bottom of your screen. Type in your questions, and I'll do my best to monitor those and bring them to our subject matter experts that will be joining us today. A few other things. We're really excited about the engagement with silver certification across our agency network. We have so many agents that have now received that certification and are actively pursuing older adult moving. And my phone is now, I thought it was muted and it's still buzzing. Sorry about that. So we encourage you to get started. Those of you who haven't, all you've got to do is send an email to training@wvlcorp.com and you can be part of the program. On a similar topic, as you all know, we sponsored the PBS program Legacy List that features a different family moving each episode, and we'd love to have some of our customers, your customers, be part of the program. If you have a customer who's got an interesting story, be sure to have them fill out the Be on the Show form and get registered and perhaps qualify to be on the show. If you have questions, you can contact either Jamie in marketing or your regional sales director. Guys, communication is all about a two-way flow, and there's a couple of areas we'd like to hear from you. First is the feedback lane. If you have never called this number, please be sure to write that number down while it's on the screen. It's extension 801-317-558-0801. We regularly put different questions on there, and our hope is to get insight and feedback from across the country from all of our agents to understand what's going on out there. In fact, in the chat box, you can copy the phone number at this time. If you haven't called, I encourage you, make this the week that you call and see what it's all about. And then our other piece that we love to hear from you is we want to hear your agency story. We've had a number of agents do this. It's very simple. You just take out your iPhone and record a 30, 45, 90-second video showing a little bit of your place and telling your story. We've had a number of these, and we like to share them out with the network. And in fact, we have one this week that we're going to share from Josh McGuire at McGuire Moving and Storage out in St. Louis.
Hi, my name's Josh McGuire, McGuire Moving and Storage in St. Louis, Missouri. We are Beacons agents. Old company, 1935. My great-grandpa started the company. We are, I would say our bread and butter is local moving in the St. Louis area, intra-Missouri, intra-Illinois, and more and more every year, interstate hauling with Wheaton and Beacons. We do some commercial moving, but mostly household stuff. We do a ton of warehousing, a lot of commercial products, not a ton of office moving, but a lot of receiving and delivery for interior designers and HVAC equipment and kitchen equipment and hotels. We do a bunch of that kind of goofy stuff. Record storage and for the last 3 years, portable storage. We got into portable storage during COVID and up to 280 containers, 16-foot containers primarily. So that's a growing part of our business as well. We do, even in St. Louis, we have a little bit of international work, so we do some international booking, OADA stuff for a couple of forwarders. And if we can help with anything you have in the St. Louis area, please give us a ring.
Fantastic. Thanks, Josh, for sharing that out with the network. And again, remember, if you need help in St. Louis, Josh is the guy to call. And when you get your video done, be sure to send it to Wheaton Marketing at wvlcorp.com, or there's a text number that will be in the text box shortly that you can text that directly from your phone. Well, we can't go any farther without stopping to appreciate the drivers out there, the folks that actually really provide a job for all of us by taking care of our customers every single day. We've got 2 months worth here because we didn't get together in December. So let's take a moment to thank and congratulate Carlos Garcia of Borman Moving in Illinois. On the Wheaton side, we have Joseph Estrada from Olympic Moving in Washington, Edward Lemons from O'Neill Relocation in Oregon, and finally Dale Nichols of Phoenix, Arizona. If these guys are in your office, please congratulate them, say thank you to them for what they do every day and for how well they do it, how well they take care of all of our customers. Now, for the month of December, we have Manel Saporian from Olympia Moving out in Maryland, Kevin Hamlet from Boyer Rosine in Illinois, Robert Cordero from Mafucci in New York, and Carlos Rodriguez from BMS Moving Solutions in Chatsworth, California. Again, we appreciate the drivers. Hopefully, you're always giving the drivers a cup of coffee and a thank you when they're in their office, but especially our drivers of the month, we want to honor them for all that they do. As we move along, we also want to congratulate 2 months worth of Agents of the Month. In November, on the Beacon side, we had Sheridan Brothers Moving in Rochester, New York. Great agency. I've been up there several times myself. On the Wheaton side, we have Central Moving and Storage down in Orlando, Florida. They are a great partner for us in all we do for Give Kids the World. They do a tremendous job there locally and really helped us a lot when we had our agency conference down in Florida last year. So congrats to both of you. For the month of December, we have somebody newer in our network, Barnes Moving and Storage in New England, in Mystic, Connecticut, a great town, a great new agency. We're so happy they're in our network and doing a great job already. And then finally, on the Wheaton side, we have Quality Moving and Storage up in New York. Tremendous agent. It's been around this network for quite some time. So congratulations to all of the agents for all that they do. Well, folks, this month we've got a very different sort of topic. As you know, at Wheaton Beacons, training and safety are two of our very top priorities. We've won the American Trucking Association Fleet Safety Award every year it's been available to us, and we want to continue that. So with that in mind, we've rolled out a new program. You may have seen an announcement from Jim Witzerman back in October. So today we're going to have a discussion with two of our experts at the van line, Derek Daniel and Ashley Vaughn. They're both safety compliance supervisors, and they're going to be helping us walk through the material and understanding more what this program means for you, for your drivers, and the entire network. On your screen, you should be seeing a poll. We'd like to find out a little bit of how much you know about the program and what's going and what your engagement has been so far as we keep chatting. The program is live. We've had drivers start. We've had some of them get some notifications. So, Derek, let's start with what are we trying to accomplish?
We're looking to improve our access to training materials as well as addressing immediate concerns and better tracking of our corrective actions and training that we do for any violations we're receiving out there on the road.
Fantastic. And Ashley, what's different in this program?
So previous world, we we operated with our safety violations um point system. So we were very there was a violation that would occur. We were very reactive to that violation. Our hope with Infinity is to, instead of just being reactive, we're a little more proactive. We'd like to avoid some of the violations that we are incurring. Each driver, each qualified driver does have an active Infinity account. And we each month there's a new course that is relevant to the month that we assign at the beginning of each month.
For example, what's the coursework in January?
So January's is skid control, recovery, and other emergencies.
Boy, maybe we should all take that. I think the way the weather is in most of the country, I think every single vehicle represented on this call probably could use some coaching on that. Let's take a look at our poll results. I'm glad to hear that 65% of our network had heard about Infinity before today's call, but only about 18% have actually logged into Infinity, which I know we've got a lot of management folks on here and some salespeople, so we understand there's going to be a mix. But thank you for sharing your input with us. That's good information for us. Well, Derek, what is it we're shooting for?
We're trying to have be able to offer reminders of safe driving practices to our drivers, assist with roadside violations and corrective measures, and hopefully reduce points and violation fees going forward. Um, we we don't want it's not training. It's more of refreshing drivers' memories on things that they do every day. They just don't realize it.
Oh, great. So let me get this straight here. So the van line is trying to reduce the fees we charge our drivers, right?
Correct.
That should go over well with everybody in the network. Well, once this gets started, Ashley, what's it going to look like? How do we ping them? How do we let them know?
Yeah, sure. So there's actually two ways we send out notifications, or Infinity sends out notifications. One is via email, one is via text. The text message, as long as you have an account in Infinity, that defaults to a text message alert. And so our safety team, though, does have the ability to modify or edit that. So if your preference is, instead of maybe a text message, you'd prefer an email, we can make that change. But the screen shows two, so the email is on the left, and then the example of the text message that you would receive is on the right.
Great. By the way, folks, just a reminder, if you have a question, if something isn't making sense, you want more clarification, feel free to use that chat box and let us know. So you guys mentioned an app, Derek. Can you talk a little bit about what that looks like?
Yeah, so the Infinity Workforce Solutions app, it can be found in the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, depending on which device you have. When you do download this app, there's a registration code you'll need to put in, which is the WHE2777. That connects you to the Wheaton Beacons portal of the Infinity app. And then if you the app looks the same on both Apple and the Google Play Store. So there you go. There's the image right there. Also shows you a preview of what it will look like on the phone as to the web browser.
Great. Well, let's talk through a little bit of how they get started. What does it look like?
So each of our qualified drivers, they already have an active account in Infinity. So their username is their driver number. So the agent number and the driver number, no spaces in between the two. And we did set up a universal password for everyone. So we do ask that the first time you log into your account, that you change that training one to something that's unique to you, or that you would remember.
And then once
Once you do log in, once you are successful, we've set it up to where the driver will land automatically into the classroom.
Okay, great. And all right, and so let's see how it looks.
Yeah, so that top image there is what the login looks like. So you would enter the username, the password. You do have the option to, reset that password. And also down below, there is an area where we will be able to put an announcement or something that's, like for instance, this one has our offices are closed for inclement weather, things like that.
But it's been a universal message around the country, I think.
Yeah. And then the bottom is just, what it looks like when you land in that classroom.
Okay. Well, now that we're in the classroom, let's talk a little bit about what these classes are.
So some of the courses that we've assigned since we initiated the Infinity Workforce Solution, is speed and space management. There's several courses on that. Brake safety, pre-trip checklist, goal, which is get out and look, which is very important with us going through neighborhoods and all kinds of places where we can hit things. Distracted driving and CSA basics.
And what are the classes like? I mean, is this just they got to read a lot, or what does the class actually look like?
Well, I can show you better than I can tell you. I did assign Jamie a course and she took it for us, and we're gonna watch one video on distracted driving and the quiz that goes along with it.
Distracted Driving, Part 1. Distracted driving is any activity that takes a driver's attention away from the road. Each year, more workers are killed in motor vehicle crashes than any other cause, and thousands of those deaths are a result of distracted driving. High-risk driving distractions include putting on makeup, concentrating on a cell phone, having a conversation while driving. Among the highest risk distractions are using an electronic device to text or talk, drowsiness, eating and drinking, grooming, reaching for a moving object, looking at an object outside the vehicle, adjusting a radio, music player, or sync dashboard system, and interacting with passengers and pets. Distracted driving leads to approximately 391,000 injuries and almost 3,500 deaths in the United States each year. Over 100 people die each day in car crashes. 9 of those fatalities are a result of distracted driving. At 55 miles per hour, sending or reading a text takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds, long enough to cover the distance of a football field. At any given moment during daylight hours, an estimated 3.8% of drivers in the United States are using a handheld cell phone. There are 3 main types of distractions. Manual. Keep your hands on the wheel. Save the text and web browsing for later. Finish grooming, eating, and drinking before driving. Visual. Keep eyes on the road. Read directions before starting a trip. Use the voice command feature when using navigation. Cognitive. Stay focused. Stay sober. Avoid the risks of any speech-to-text application on cell phones or electronic devices. Avoid driving fatigued and drowsy. Never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Although many things contribute to distracted driving, cell phone use is the most likely distraction to lead to a crash. An estimated 27% of all car crashes involve handheld or hands-free cell phone use.
Wow, there was some pretty crazy stats in that. Okay, oh, now we're taking the test. Okay.
I just want everyone to know I got 100% on this.
That's good. We want to know we're
Thank
safe
you.
when we drive the streets of Fishers, Indiana, Jamie.
That's right.
So it's pretty simple, pretty short, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you for that information. That's helpful. Now, how does this impact my hiring of a new driver?
Yeah, that's so we've actually had a really great turnout with our new hire orientation. So we've been a couple of months ago when we started Infinity, it took us a little while to get our new hire orientation set up because Infinity does offer the option of adding custom content. So it allowed us to build a little bit of our own custom content and couple it with theirs as well. So each driver, our agencies, once there's an application that's filled out, we automatically set them up with an account in Infinity. And then we assign that new hire orientation. It is a little lengthy, but honestly, we've had such a great turnout. Our new drivers are coming in and they're doing this online orientation, which all in all, it's just better for everyone. And they're getting familiar with the platform as well. We are looking to eventually get not only with our new hire orientation, but we are hoping in the future that we can extend the training and the coursework to the local level, to our local agent level as well.
Well, that'll be a great enhancement. I think we'll all be watching for that. Are we getting good engagement so far?
So far, honestly, it's a really great turnout. We have a total of, I don't know, maybe about 1,050 drivers or so currently qualified with active accounts. We also have our entire safety team with an active account, and then our entire traffic team with an active account as well. So far, we've got a good turnout. I mean, within just the last, 90 days, we've got over 31% active users. So that's really encouraging. And we're hoping that as we continue with Infinity, that number does increase.
Excellent, excellent. Well, this is now your chance, Ashley and Derek, to knock out some of those questions that you're getting over and over. So why don't we walk through some of the things you guys have already heard a bunch of times?
Sure. So one of the most frequently asked question is password resets. Drivers may be struggling to log into the account, or maybe there's something, the video's not playing, something going on in the background. Infinity has asked that we, send those type of questions directly to them. They have a great customer service team, and they're willing to diagnose any troubleshooting issues that, our drivers or agents are having while logging in. Also, another question that we receive a lot is, what is this text message that we're getting? Again, it is defaulted to a text message alert. So if you do want that changed, just let us know. But that text message comes directly from Infinity, and that will alert the driver that there's a new course in their classroom that they must complete. And of course, there is a link in the text message as well that will direct them to that site.
Perfect.
Um, Also, there's when a corrective action course is assigned, which is typically due to a roadside violation, you'll have 7 days to complete those courses. If not, then we place the driver on suspension until they do complete that course. These courses don't take that long. Of course, it depends on the case, because one driver might get more courses assigned to him than the other. It just depends on what happened. But as you can see, the distracted driver video that we just watched was about 2 minutes, less than a minute to complete the quiz. So it just varies. They can take 2 to 10 minutes. And
Okay. Excellent. Well, guys, that's what we had prepared ahead of time. I don't see any questions in the chat. We'll linger here for about 15 seconds if anybody wants to unmute and shout out a question or send something in. My clock is running. And you guys did such a phenomenal job presenting the information that I don't think anybody's got any questions. So if you think of one afterwards, don't call me. I'm the sales director for the West. I'm not going to be helpful. You need to call our experts. So here's all their contact information. And I will mention to Sue, I saw you put something in the chat. I'm not sure that's going to get to Ashley or Derek. So you want to reach out to them directly to get those changes in place. But these are the two folks that have spent a ton of time setting this up, and we salute all the folks over in safety and all the work you guys have done to set up this program. Training is powerful, and I think it's going to be a great day when we get to roll this out for your local agencies as well. Well, before we all go away, we've got a couple of other things I wanted to mention to you. One is, in 2 weeks, we're going to be at Sales Training Summit in Carmel, Indiana, and it's past the deadline, but Jamie's been able to, I think, finagle a few more hotel rooms and some more slots in the room. So if you're interested, please reach out to Jamie right away. We'd love to have your folks be part of the program. We've got a lot of great topics. We've been working on this thing for months. Also, we're going to be having our 2024 sales and marketing workbook. We're going to have, I don't know if it's a release party, Jamie, but we're going to have a release during the sales training summit, and we'll be getting that out to everybody. So definitely going to be a great event. It's also a chance that you can meet Josh from the video. He'll be there as well. Also, every event with Jamie is a party. She's put in the comments. That's so true. Also, the Van Line Summit and Awards Gala in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. That's February 28th and 29th. That's coming up fast on us. I'm hoping to see everyone there. That's going to be a great event. And finally, some of you may be going to the American Trucking Association Moving and Storage Conference annual meeting in New Orleans. So if you didn't get enough partying done in Las Vegas, you can continue on Bourbon Street about a week later. Let's see, I see a couple of notes coming in. Kimberly Panozzo is looking for a list of her drivers, if any. Kim, again, if you can reach out to those guys on the contact information, or if Ashley or Derek, you can reach out to Kimberly at Moving Services of Illinois. And Brian Carlson, he says he's in if Josh is there. So we should be having a couple of great events coming up. Thank you all for joining us on this cold January day. We appreciate all of you spending some time with us, and we look forward to seeing you at one of our upcoming events.